before we started working together, was there anything particular that like you were working on that wasn't getting results?
When we started TikTok Shop a couple months ago, we're pretty stuck without affiliates and without really pulling all the levers.
The big thing we did was connecting you guys to like 15 really high GMB creators.
After working with Noah, now we're getting a lot of L3 creators. We were able to get affiliates that actually were converting. We were stuck. One creator changed the whole thing.
One of them ended up being very profitable, like 38K in second month. What were the challenges of like getting started on TikTok?
I think the biggest challenge was,
Hey Mason,
Noah, how you doing?
doing good. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good. Do you want to like talk about like where you guys were at before we started working together, and what were your main challenges at the time? I guess 2 months ago or so.
When we started TikTok Shop a couple months ago, we were pretty stuck. We were pretty stuck in like even the scale phase. Like we were able to kind of set up the shop in a way that, it was able to, it was ready to go. It just without affiliates and without really pulling all the levers, it was pretty stuck. And so, I contacted Noah and, we were able to get affiliates that actually were converting. I know, Noah, you have a large network of top tier VIP affiliates that really do make great content. And so we got in contact with those connections, and really all of them did great. We retained a lot of them, and a lot of them did amazing. Like even the ones that didn't perform as well as they hoped, the content they made was absolutely high quality, especially compared to the content we were getting before through just free sampling. A lot better stuff. So
that's a big challenge I've seen. So Zena Nutrition is an established brand, like a high quality brand, getting a lot of revenue, doing well, has great products. But that's like that challenge of just needing that initial growth on TikTok Shop. It's hard because I think brands that are already doing well elsewhere expect TikTok Shop to also be similar in that regard. Like for example, with Meta, you put money in and you get results. Whether those results are good or bad, you get results pretty quickly. With TikTok, you don't really know what results you're going to get for a while. And so it's kind of more difficult to see results quicker and build momentum. So basically, yeah. So like the big needle mover, I don't know, like that we implemented was going to be just finding those good creators for you, right? Like connecting you to high quality, high GMB creators we already had in a supplement niche. That seemed like the big play, right? So I feel like that's like the big needle mover we did, in addition to obviously optimizing the listings, like systems and all that stuff as well.
And yeah, from my previous experience, but if you just look at TikTok Shop, like affiliates drive 80+% of the revenue. Affiliates are the reason why TikTok Shop works, right? Pulling that lever and really optimizing that outside of just sending free samples, which even that was a big help, is really effective.
In terms of what you were doing before we started working together, was there anything particular that like you were working on that wasn't getting results, or things that you were kind of just trying in general at the time?
Our biggest thing was sending out free samples. Like that was the only thing we could do. The free samples we were sending out, no one was accepting. Like the best creators we got made like they were like I think it's called L1 creators, maybe L2 if we're lucky. No one wants like even free samples. No one wanted a free sample. We could never get a retainer. It was just even though we are an established brand on TikTok, at least, just because of the way our shop was set up, it just no one wanted to work with us. And so after working with Noah, actually now we're getting a lot of L3 creators working with us. So
wow. And so you directly attribute that just to having more just sales momentum, just more growth, already having good creators on board from where we helped you.
Exactly. It's just creating that momentum, right? Like I said, we were stuck, and creating that momentum in the early stage, just like we talked about, one creator changed the whole thing. And so now we have other creators coming to us. It's just the flywheel's going.
So I would also say that Mason, like something to actually distinguish you here as well, that actually like makes you stand out from even a lot of the brands that you work with, is you came in extremely detailed. You had really good planning. You had really good financial planning of what are the sales we need to get to be profitable. What are our commissions that we're able to offer here? Maybe we change that commission in a few months, but just try to be generous to start, and all these different things. So you came in very well planned. I don't really have so many clients that come in with Miro boards and looms and breakdowns of the TikTok Shop plan of what you've already done. And so coming in, it was also very easy for us just to come in, see exactly where things are at, understand that well, and just be like, all right, here's what we're going to do. And I feel like that actually made it very actionable from the start.
Yeah.
I would give you that compliment because yes, you definitely put the work in as well.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I think working, like, if we could put our experience together, right? My past experience, your experience doing this, like, I think that creates a really, really great combination. And so it's really,
I appreciate that. We were able to work together. We're definitely able to work together in a very effective way.
Yeah, you had insights that, like, in just these tactics. I think that's what I really appreciate is all the tactical things, whether it's like referrals or the creator community, or even just outside of doing mass sample invites or target collabs, actually going in individually and be more just in the weeds of it. I think that is what's effective. having those actual tactics.
I think that a lot of brands they almost expect us to completely outsource it, which is fine. Like we're happy to do that, but having that communication element too, where we can tailor things to you and what you're looking for, that makes things just more effective. So I feel like we have good communication, which obviously makes results even better. So as of now, so I think the big thing we did was connecting you guys to like really 15 really high GMB creators, and then of them, one Leda ended up being very profitable, so like 40K or so from her, so like 38K in second month. So that was basically pretty solid. So that's how long it took, about, I guess, 40 or so days to start to see that real momentum. What else would you say, like, what were the challenges, if anything, of like getting started on TikTok?
I think the biggest challenge what was, and this way you have to understand is you have to go down the pipeline of it starts with sampling and then you get into retainer like affiliate retainers. Once you get better affiliates, then you get better content, and once you get better content, then GMV Max can actually feed on that content and really boost it. But at the beginning, we had no affiliates, we had no high quality content. We couldn't sell any samples. And so that means we can't run GMV Max, which GMV Max now is like what keeps TikTok alive and TikTok Shop alive, right?
As in, like, they need people to make this content. They want the shops up and then making content with creators. But in order for it to scale, they're not going to really allow it to scale unless you're actually paying them for those results by paid ads.
Yes, this whole thing you got to pay on every single.
Got to pay to play, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a play. Sure.
Yeah, that's like the business model side of it, understanding what does TikTok actually get out of me succeeding more than even transaction fees on the orders, is that they actually want, that paid ads growth.
Exactly.
Okay, so now maybe 2 to 3 months in with TikTok, what would you say like the challenges are now at this point for you as opposed to when you started off really just getting set up?
We're at a point of no return, right? And I mean, TikTok, going into TikTok Shop now is it's not very profitable. You're in the red for a long time. I think if we were to start a year ago, even we could probably get out of the red faster. It was just a lot cheaper then, but now everything's more expensive. GMV Max, affiliates, everything. And so I think that's our biggest challenge now is just getting out of the red and scaling. But like I said, there's no point in return. Like we can't turn back now. We got to keep it going, and so just making it worth that while.
Got you. So basically trying to scale up, but still sending a lot of samples, maybe not feeling like everything that you're doing is super high margin.
Yeah, we got to figure out our margins. I would say that's the next step.
I mean, we're not working together currently. The biggest things that I would say there is really trying to focus on creator quality. Again, like volume is key, but the quality of the creators and how good of it they are for your account, I would definitely drill that in a lot. Just not only that they're high qualified in terms of how much revenue they're generating recently, but also in terms of some of the products that they've worked with and having that kind of good fit, that they really should be in that health wellness supplement category with products. It doesn't have to be like a collagen. Like I know you guys do like a collagen biotin and these different products. It doesn't have to be the exact same product, but stuff that's just like reasonably similar. And that's something big. And then are you guys working with a lot of retainer creators right now?
Not that many. We are running contests. I think that's been effective, but we are, always trying to get new retainers. It's just being a little more selective, right? Like you said, like not working with someone that's outside of our category, I think, and also not working with someone that's below, let's say, L3.
So that's very good there that you guys aren't only working on retainer, because that's going to help you guys be profitable, especially with, like rewards, contests, all of that. So that's a very good idea. You were talking a little bit about like the quality of creators like before working with us and then after. What did working with us do that allowed you to just be able to work with those higher quality creators and attract them? Like what did you see there?
I think it's just plug and play. Like you have those connections with those creators I would otherwise not be able to get. So you have the in. If I just sent them a message, I would probably not be able to get in contact with them. So I think that was super effective.
What would you say? Are there any other like cool benefits of working with us or anything else that you noticed as well?
With you guys working with Maverick, it's just more of a, compared to a massive agency with all these, they have their massive studio and they got all the account managers, they seem kind of out of touch in some cases. They just seem like they've got too many clients and they're just overloaded with so many things. But working with you guys, I was able to get a message, like a message, a problem, or something that I wanted done, and I'll get a response like in a couple minutes. So I think that was super helpful.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, we definitely aim to have just quick communication and not wanting any client to feel like a number, having more of a boutique feel so we can actually give each client the attention they deserve. And it's been a very effective approach, especially with what we're talking about now with the plug and play strategy with creators. That goes both ways. And so as a business, we're working with the creators and the brands. And so it's really just a relationship game. Like TikTok Shop is an algorithm and it's a paid ad strategy and it's a financial margins. planning, and there's all these different like mathematical aspects. But at the end of the day, this is a very, very much like a social based business. And yeah, from my perspective, it's really about having obviously just good relationships with your clients, of course, but also with the creators, and for them to actually like working with us. And that's what makes it us more successful and our clients more successful is the creators like what we're doing, working with us, having that access, and then we're able to pair them with brands, and then the creators are more successful as well. And through that, at the end of the day, it's like this is a game of relationships. At least from my experience with TikTok Shop, it really is.
I totally agree. In fact, that's become, I've seen so many LinkedIn posts recently, just like if you're able to really develop a relationship with even just a creator, like one creator, you might not be able to perform now. Like they'll make 30 videos, they don't perform very well, but if you keep working with them, they stay loyal to you as a brand, and eventually they'll get a video that pops off. And so that's what's cool about Maverick is you guys have the relationship with these creators, like unlike a lot of other agencies that they just have a ton of creators and they're just all over the place, So that was very cool.
I think some of these agencies are just in general, this model is there's a lot of people finding creators and reaching out to them or scraping the internet for them or color data for them. And so then they just have a group of creators. But if there's no engagement, what's the benefit of having 100,000 creators if none of those creators want to work with you? So the engagement of the creators is almost more important even than how many a community or whatever has access to. That's been a key thing for me to realize is the quality of the engagement of them. And this is something you mentioned before as well, like with referrals. So one thing I found early on with creators, and I think we talked about this a bit, is good creators have friends that are also good creators. And so one good creator relationship can be 3 to 5 more. So each creator is actually worth all that additional opportunity as well. Do you have any questions for me? Anything I could provide value with right now?
I hear back and forth on this quality over quantity or quantity over quality. We have TikTok that's like, make sure really the ideal number is 200 videos a day. And that sounds great, but I've seen a lot of those videos and a lot of them suck. Like they are super low quality. They make them in like 5 seconds. Would you rather have higher quality videos or higher quantity videos?
So higher quantity is important in order to run GMV max. 100%, it's very important. I was doing a consultation with a brand last week, and we were looking in the energy drink space, and we were looking at competitors on Fastmoss and seeing the competitors, some of their highest performing videos that they're running on ads were shockingly bad. Like it was like a phone in the fridge showing an energy drink, like it was from Ghost or something. But you could anyone could see this. Like on Fastmoss, this was one of the top videos showing the fridge with the drink, like a 5-second clip. I'm like, I can't believe they're running this on ads because anyone could make this video. Like they probably spent $100 or $200 on that video to the creator to make it. So I would say like for ads, like there are people doing low quality content, and if it's still performing, it's so sometimes shockingly that low quality stuff actually does well, but that should only be on affiliate pages, of course, not on the brand page. And then in terms of quality, I would recommend really focusing on quality, especially where you guys are at more new to TikTok. Really focusing on quality is really focusing on the best creators and having them make good content, because that time and money that you're like those resources that you're putting into that quality is going to have a bigger long-term impact than if you're just spamming, like just working with a bunch of creators. Because with that strategy, if you're working with a lot of creators making a ton of content and it's really honestly focused on quantity, you're not going to get as much results. And when you're looking to just get results on TikTok, I would say focus on like a long-term strategy. And so having good creators making good content, even if it's not super profitable, that is in turn going to help you find more of these creators, more of this content over the long run, and be able to continue to invest in it as opposed to crashing and burning in a few months because been sending 20,000 samples out and now there's like this is untenable.
At the end of the day, ideally it's both, right? Ideally get high quality.
It's both, yeah. Ideally it's both.
But especially starting off, right? We're getting low quality, not a lot, like low quality and low quantity. And so we're trying to build in both directions. So.
Yeah. I mean, look what we did for you when we did that setup for a month and a half or so. What happened there is 15 or so creators, one turned out to make 40,000 in GMV. And so that was definitely a quality focused approach. And as a result, like you said, now we're able to find more good creators. And so now you actually have, in a way, more of strategy in place because you're able to look at her videos, latest videos, and be like, all right, this is the stuff that works. Like we can do more of this. And so that's actually, from that perspective, that's definitely like a quality based approach. And yeah, I mean, obviously you want to have a lot of quantity, you can learn from it quicker. So it's hard to say one or the other, but I'm leaning more towards the quality side for sure.
Yeah. Well, especially because that video, I mean, it wasn't like, I mean, she had good lighting, she had good audio, like those things matter, but more so like that video the videos that perform well from her that were higher quality, we're able to send to other affiliates, and that's a way for to kind of inspire them, and kind of
Right.
point them in the right direction.
That shows them that it works. So then
Yeah,
they also have more belief.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one believed at the beginning. No one believed.
Right. No
So,
one believes in the beginning. It's also it's one thing for the brand owner or agency owner, one of us, to be telling a creator, do this, do that. Like, oh yeah, yeah. I mean, brands tell me every day what video ideas to make. But for a creator to be like, hey, this video just popped off for me yesterday, and it made me 3K in my pocket or whatever it is, then they're gonna be like, oh, that's my peer. So if they said it, it's in a way even more inspiring and more believable.
when I talk to affiliates and they get on retainer, I just tell them like, listen, you know what you're doing. I trust you. Do what make whatever you want. Just don't get a violation, right? I think that's helped them kind of use their creative freedom to really make content and really test different things. Because at the end of the day, they want to make a commission too. They want to perform well. But yeah, they've told me they appreciate that over brands that will go to them and say, hey, you do this, don't do this. Like it's pretty interesting what brands will constrict creators to do.
That's true. I think some brands are very afraid of compliance issues, and some of them are just really obsessed with like brand persona or aesthetic or whatever. But I would say, yeah, overall, if they're making you sales and they're not getting banned, that's typically a pretty good deal, right?
Yeah. Eventually we'll have that like brand, like, look. Right now, sales is a focus. So
Cool, man. Well, I'm glad. Hopefully, this was valuable for you. I really appreciate the time. But yeah, anytime you need anything, creators, etc., feel free to reach out. And also the WAP community, if you're in there, there's some good stuff in there too.
hopefully this is helpful for your post it on LinkedIn and
Yeah, I'm gonna post it for sure.
hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you got some good
Oh, this
clips.
is super helpful. Yeah, I appreciate it.